Alright y'all, how's it going? So today we are going to be talking about stability, and this has a little bit to do with body position. I almost said body positivity. No, I meant body position. So we're gonna start off from the feet and work our way up. And dude, that's not legal for you to do. I can do it though, as long as I go right here. You're blocking the way. Okay, so when we start with our feet, we want to have an offset or a bladed stance. So I usually ride with my left foot forward and my right foot back, and you can do it that way, you can go the opposite way. This is just what's most comfortable for me. And I try to keep my back foot with most of the weight on my toe and a little bit of the weight on my heel. Now on my front foot, I'm going to keep that flat and I'm going to keep that planted. Most of my weight is going to be on that back foot, however. The front foot I typically am going to use mostly for steering. And we'll get into steering a little bit too, because stability plays a large factor in that. Now, the biggest thing with stability is we want to keep things loose. Here's a bump, and I'm just going to absorb it. So, when we have loose knees, we're acting as part of the suspension. And whether you have a full suspension scooter, whether you only have rear suspension or you have no suspension, doesn't matter, because you are part of the suspension. If we are rigid when we ride, we're going to get fatigued a lot easier, and it's not going to be nearly as fun of a ride. You're not going to be able to go as fast because you're going to be fighting the scooter. So we started at the feet. I'm going to wait for this little Volkswagen to pass me, and then I'm going to go. My turn. Okay, so we started at the feet. Going to keep that back foot planted. Gonna make sure that we don't put our feet side by side. I really don't see a lot of people who have their own scooters doing that. It's mostly the people that do the rentals that have that big platform. They end up putting their feet side by side for some reason, and that's not ideal. So, bladed stance, you want to be offset. I see some people that ride like a skateboard. I don't prefer that, but if that works best for you, then by all means go for it. This just gives me more balance left to right, keeping things nice and universal, whether I'm turning left or right. So now we're going to move up, like I said, to those knees. Those we're going to keep soft all the time, and we're always going to be moving. We don't want to be rigid. Rigidity is bad. You got to have some flex. And flex is kind of the key with our scooters. We want to let our scooters flex, and that's going to go with how you're riding it. So no road on earth is perfect. Like, that was perfect timing because that was a pretty significant bump, but no road is perfect. It's going to buck our scooter around, and we want to let it. When it comes to our hands, this is where I am going to kind of spend a good chunk of time, because this is crucial, and it's something that new scooter riders overlook, especially if you're nervous about riding around other people, going fast. We want to keep everything loose. My arms are never going to be straight when I ride. That is awful body position, and it's going to be a huge detriment to your stability. So we're going to keep our arms bent and loose. We're also not going to yank on our handle. Oh my goodness, that is gorgeous. Sorry, we are not going to yank, push, pull, whatever on our handlebars. Our handlebars, I don't want you to think of as a railing. I don't even want you to really think of them as handlebars. I want you to think of them as stabilizers. Whenever I ride, I have a totally loose grip on my handlebars, my grips, and I can ride one-handed, no problem. Obviously, if I go over bump, it's gonna be a little sketchy, but you don't want to give your grips a death grip. You're gonna fight the way that the stem on your scooter was meant to react to the road around you. It does not move unilaterally in one direction. It moves with the bumps, and it usually goes at an angle. If you're stiff and rigid, you're fighting that, your suspension on your scooter, it's gonna be working, but you are actively fighting it, which is going to cause more stem stress. Sorry, I just really love this part. It's going to cause a lot more stem stress, which is in turn going to make your parts wear faster. It's going to make it so that it takes more times adjusting things, and it's going to counteract your stability. So just use them as a hand rest. When we brake, we're just going to squeeze our grips. We're not going to pull backwards on our stem. We're just going to squeeze the grips, make sure we have our arms nice and loose, and I promise you, if you do this, it will be more stable. It seems a little bit counterintuitive with stability. You think stability, oh, I need to keep myself stable, let me grip onto everything so that I can control it. That's not helpful. When you're on two wheels, you have to let the scooter do what it's going to do for the most part. We're still going to be responsible and control our throttle, our braking, but it is crucial to make sure you have proper hand placement so that you don't have to worry. That was weird. So you don't have to worry about breaking your stem. I've broken a stem on my scooter. It sucks. It's no fun. And it was partially because it was a cheap scooter, but mostly it was because I was riding wrong. I was going around a turn and I was pulling just like that on my grips, thinking that was going to help me go fast, and that's not the case. We'll address proper turning in a later video, but for now, I just want you to focus on stability with your body position and with how your hands are on your handlebars. That's going to be the biggest difference for whatever you're doing. Give you a smoother ride because you're going to be absorbing the bumps. And then you can just have a good time, be out here cruising. Just have a great time on a scooter, getting scooting, and it's going to be a blast. That was free of charge, by the way. So I hope that these tips are going to help you out. I know that learning this has helped me exponentially, and I want you to tell me how you see improvement, or if you have better suggestions, add those as well. Let's help each other out here so that we can all enjoy our scooters much better and have a good time on them while being safe and pushing ourselves a little bit, because you need growth in your life. Alright, y'all, I'm almost home, so I'm going to enjoy the rest of my ride. Y'all have fun, be safe, make good choices. Have a great day.